Hello, my friends. And against the backdrop of the fact that today assistance from the United States to Ukraine is once again being blocked in various ways, Shmyhal made a statement.
Some conversations we will have tomorrow. All the partners, all the congressmen have very careful optimism for Saturday, so we share this optimism, and we need this money yesterday, not tomorrow, not today, but yesterday. If Ukraine will fall, so the global the global system of security will be destroyed. There will be many conflicts, many such kind of wars, and in the end of the day it could lead to the Third World War. Our mutual task is to protect democratic values, to protect existing after the Second World War global system, global security system, and bring long-term and sustainable peace on European continent. So Russia must lose this war, and aggressor should be punished.
We saw Republican Congressman McCall say last week that he thinks that Russian propaganda has infected, that's the word that he used, some members of his party. What do you think of that?
We shouldn't forget that Russia is leading war with Ukraine on the ground, but Russia is leading war with civilized world, with West countries in the multidimensional spaces. Disinformation and propaganda is influencing here in the United States on many people, in European Union on many people, such as in Ukraine. So we should count on this, and we should make our work. We should fight against of this absolutely unprovoked illegal aggression of Russia.
As seen, everyone is trying to prove that assistance is vital, but the problem, as before, remains unresolved. And the Russians have already reached the point where, in addition to shelling the border towns of Chernihiv, Sumy and Kharkiv regions, they are striking churches. So yesterday, as a result of shelling, a church in Vovchansk caught fire. Moreover, tonight, at least 6 Tu-95 bombers took off to shell Ukrainian territory. And at the time of creating the video, explosions are already reported in Pavlograd. But the strikes are being carried out using drones and missiles. So, meanwhile, the situation along the front line remains quite challenging. And let's start with the Chasiv Yar direction. Here, the occupiers failed to secure the city. And today, battles are raging in the Canal microdistrict. So here, they are trying to capture Ukrainian positions with several assault groups. And battles are also ongoing in the Kalinivka area. So unfortunately, the occupiers managed to capture Bohdanivka. And their advance here amounted to 2 kilometers and 700 meters. Moreover, they have significantly advanced through the fields towards the village of Kalinivka, so the situation there has worsened. Shelling also continues in large quantities. Additionally, assaults on Ivanivska and Klishchiivka persist, but they haven't succeeded here, because all main forces are focused on storming the outskirts of Chasiv Yar. In the Avdiivka direction, the occupiers continue to storm Ocheretine and conduct a large number of shelling. And they have managed to expand the controlled territory across the fields by 650 meters from the north and about 400 meters from the south. So the Ukrainian forces have already published videos showing how the occupiers are attempting to advance further on the outskirts of the settlement.
Fighting continues on the eastern outskirts of Okhoretny. OSIV publishes footage of the defeat of the Katsap infantry in the trenches near the electrical substation. Also visual confirmation of the presence of the enemy there. The map has been updated. Crossed swords, the enemy advanced in Novokalinovo. Battles continue for the electrical substation in Okhoretny. Spiral notepad: we wrote in the afternoon that the enemy was pushed back from the substation, but it became known that they climbed back up and are trying to hold out under the barrage of artillery of the defense forces.
Similarly, battles are ongoing in the Novokalinovo and Berdychi areas, and near Novokalinovo, they have managed to advance another 450 meters. So the occupiers still cannot fully capture Semenivka, and only Shalin is reported there. Further south, battles are ongoing between Pervomaisky and Netailova. So the occupiers are attempting to advance to storm Netailova, but the Ukrainian forces are repelling them even at the approaches to the village. And despite the occupiers conducted 11 assaults within the day, the front line remains unchanged. In the direction of Marinka, the occupiers intensively shell Krasnohorivka, but there are no reports of new assaults yet, although they have entrenched themselves on the outskirts of the city. So battles for Novomykhailivka are also ongoing, with shelling of all frontline settlements continuing. And in the area of Georgiivka, all Russian attacks have ceased today. In the Vuhledar direction, the occupiers shell Vodiane and Vuhledar and conduct attacks on Staromayorsky and Urozhaine. So they don't achieve any successes along the front line, so the situation remains unchanged. Also, today, the Ukrainian Air Force confirmed the destruction of a Russian Tu-22 aircraft.
The downing of the Russian Tu-22M3 aircraft indicates the expansion of the capabilities of the Ukrainian defense forces, which can reach further and threaten enemy strategic aviation. However, after the successful first impression of the Tu-22M3 and Kh-22 missiles, should we expect a decrease in attacks, and what does this debut operation of Ukraine mean for the value of the enemy bomber?
In the Zaporizhia direction, the occupiers have resumed assaults on Robotyne, but overall activity along the front line remains relatively low. So only one attack has been recorded so far today, and it was unsuccessful. In the Kherson direction, the occupiers continue shelling the right bank and attempt to storm the village of Krynki on the left bank. So the General Staff reports that the Russians conducted 7 assaults within the day without achieving success, although Russian correspondents mention only 2 assaults and tell stories about their reluctance to storm Krynki.
Today our guys from the 328th Airborne Infantry Regiment stormed the enemy in the village twice. Krynki. To no avail. The enemy fought back. Today, neither ours nor the enemy's drones flew due to the rain. I would especially like to note the assault group from the 337th Airborne Infantry Regiment, which was also sent to storm the settlement today. Krynki. The guys showed savvy and set out for the assault, but didn't get to Krynki. Then they said that they were lost. Where can you get lost there? We don't know, because you just need to go west towards the river Dnieper and you will run straight into the enemy either in Krynki or in another settlement. On the left bank of the Dnieper.
In the Siversk direction, assaults on Bilohorivka continue, and the Russians have been assaulting this settlement for over a year without any success. So the Ukrainian forces repel them, and there is a significant presence of dead occupiers and equipment surrounding the village. So battles are also ongoing in the areas of Verkhnyokamensky and Vyimka, but the occupiers haven't made any progress there either, and the front line remains unchanged. In the direction of Kreminna, the occupiers continue to assault Ukrainian positions near the village of Terny, and today attacks on Yampolivka have resumed, so shelling persists along the entire front line. In the Svatove direction, all attacks on Novosergiyevka have ceased, and the front line remains unchanged as before. in the Kupiansk direction. So the occupiers continue shelling, but no new attacks are being reported, and the situation remains stable. Meanwhile, Stoltenberg called for sending more aid to Ukraine.
That's intelligence, or that's classified information I cannot go into. There is less than 100 in Europe. Actually, there's significantly less than 100 in Europe. But of course, the whole alliance has a significant number of Patriot batteries. But that's also reflecting the fact that the United States, which is the ally with the most Patriot batteries, has global responsibilities. But the reality is that, of course, we have systems available that is big enough to enable us to deliver significantly more to Ukraine when it comes to air defense in general, and also when it comes to Patriot batteries, and that's exactly what we are working on now.
So, and about the questions about the Slovak initiative.
And that's all from me. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell to stay updated on all the latest news. Thank you for watching, and see you next time. Bye bye.